You're listening to the AfterBuzz TV Network, now the largest new media platform on the web, and your #1 source for after-show entertainment. AfterBuzz Studios in Los Angeles, California, presented by Maria Menounos and streaming live thanks to Akamai Technologies. This is AfterBuzz TV's America's Next Top Model After Show. We'll break down tonight's episode and get you all the latest news and gossip. And now, another post-game wrap-up show for your favorite TV show. It's AfterBuzz TV's America's Next Top Model After Show.
Hi, Top Model fans. Thank you for joining us. We're doing another recap of America's Next Top Model, Cycle 20, Episode 15, Finale Part 1. It's a very interesting show we watched today.
It was fun.
It's really interesting to see these
Tell them who you are first.
My name is Emma Kay. Joining me today is...
I'm Thaddeus Massey.
As you could tell, we're so excited to get right into the recap. We even forgot our names.
Exactly.
But we have 3 amazing models that have made it to the top 3.
Yes.
And we've been discussing this from episode, 1. And who's been your favorite model you've been making comments about?
Corey's been my favorite model for the whole season.
And why is that?
He just seems, well, he doesn't seem, he just is the most seasoned. He seems to be a student of the art. He's a student of the game, so to speak. Like, you can tell that he's not doing this frivolously. Oh my gosh, let me see if not to take anything away from the other contestants. It's just that he seems like, besides the desire and the passion for it, he also has the preparation and the study to go along with it.
And it seems like we have a call on the line.
Caller, you're on the line with the America's Next Top Model After Show at AfterBuzz TV.
That's awesome.
Hello.
Hi.
Is this Renee?
Yeah.
Hi, Renee. How are you doing?
I'm so good. How are you?
Good. Thank you so much for calling in. We were just starting the recap, discussing the top 3 contestants and how excited we are to have the 3 models, Jordan, I was going to say Renee, but
Jordan, Corey,
and Marvin. Even though, we would have loved to see you on there. We know, you're in full support of Marvin, and we are too over here. But we want to hear from you. Tell us a little bit about the contestants and who you thought would have made it to the top 3.
Besides the top 3 right now?
Yes.
Me, duh.
You go, girl. That's what I like. That's what I'm talking about. That's that confidence.
I think they picked, besides that, I think they picked a pretty good top 3. Corey's amazing. She stands for such a great cause. Jordan, she's, the classic beauty. And, of course, Marvin. Marvin, he's kind of awesome sometimes.
Aside from being a part-time Prince Charming, he models pretty well.
I know. I'm kind of mad at him right now.
Uh-oh.
He's crazy.
Marvin, if you're listening and you need any advice or help, just hit me up. I can help you squash that.
I know. Marvin, if you're listening.
She said, Marvin, if you're listening. You want to stay on Renee's good side?
Well, I think it just takes, a little visit to L.A. It will solve all the problems you guys have.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, maybe. We'll see what happens.
So let's get into the episode. We open up with the contestants walking into the house after the last elimination. And of course, Jordan's picture is up again on the screen for winning the best photo. And I believe she's won the best photo 5 times.
Right.
Yeah. I think Marvin's picture was the best, though. I'm not even being biased. I liked Marvin's picture a lot.
I kind of have to agree with you. I think for Jordan, even though her picture was really good, but it felt like it was the same picture we've seen over and over and over again.
Yeah, but I mean, it's kind of, I guess that's what you can, expect from Jordan. Even though she's a great model, you know, her look, you see that so much. So when you see other people like Corey and Marvin, you're just like, okay, you know, this is something new and fresh. I don't know. That's just me.
Right.
It's definitely good to see a fresh face and not your typical, you know, girl next door model you get on an editorial. But one thing that everyone did agree with and were happy about was that Chris H did not make it to the top 3.
Oh my goodness, yes.
And we know about the secret house that you guys have. After the contestants are eliminated, you make your way over to the second house, the eliminated house.
Yeah, well, for me, it wasn't an eliminated house because I was only there for like one night. It was a hotel room.
Oh, wow. Okay, so I was going to ask about, you know, any conversations that sparked up about, you know, you guys moving over to the house, but was everyone else staying out in a hotel or was it just you?
No, it was everyone else, but like when I initially got eliminated, I went to the hotel. I had my own room, and then after what happens next week, you know, you share a room with. Then I shared a room with Clea and Nina.
Oh, okay. How is it leaving Marvin and not having him next to you? Like how you guys used to be together all the time in the same house, you know, sleeping and cuddling together, and now you have to, you know, have a whole bed to yourself.
Yeah, it was so, like, I mean, honestly, like, I know this is the stupidest thing, and I sound like a stupid girl, but, like, after I got eliminated, like, I don't know, he kind of, like, his, like, thinking of Marvin kind of, like, helped it not be as bad as it was. You know, so it's like, even if I didn't, you know, make it to the top 3, just knowing that he was there, you know, it's just like, okay, you need to win it for us, okay? it wasn't as bad, because I guess I had someone there to, like, you know, do it with, you know?
Right.
Yeah, you guys have this whole new Marnay thing, so it's, you know, what's his is yours, what's yours is his, right?
Marnay? Are you kidding me right now? That's hilarious. You guys should make T-shirts.
I keep telling him, I was just like, if you win, he was just like, yeah, Renee, I'll take care of you. I'm just like, oh my gosh, Marvin.
Okay, Renee.
We'll see what happens.
I recommend you get on the top of that list because I just saw him making promises to take care of his whole family. So we want to make sure that you're taken care of as well.
She better become part of the family.
Well, I mean, if he's taking care of his family, I can't compete with that. Like, his family comes first, for sure.
Well, you will be if you're married.
Oh, gosh.
You just become part of the family, then you just jump right to the top of the list.
So we move on to the next day. Contestants show up at the location for the photo shoot, and they're greeted by Johnny and the photographer for guest Yutsai. And you know, when Johnny's asking the contestants why they're wearing certain colors, is there anything? And then he reveals that they have a full support team backing them up, and each eliminated contestant that walks out wearing a certain color will be supporting or will be forming a team for each one of the contestants. Yeah. So we have Jordan, who's Sunrise Smile, and we have Marvin, Butch Blue. Corey is Fierce Fuchsia. So it's interesting to see every single one of the contestants that are coming out are Team Corey. We have Clea.
I was thinking about that.
That was really funny, by the way.
We have Clea, Mike, Kanani, Gianna, and of course at the end, Nina, which Jordan was surprised to see Nina walk out and be on Corey's team.
Yeah.
How did you guys feel about that decision? Because both of them were close with Nina.
Well, I mean, honestly, because we've spent so much time together, I wasn't surprised at all. Because Corey, like, don't get me wrong, Jordan is a great girl, and I did debate about being on her team too, because it would be cool to have a girl, you know, keep the trophy, but. I don't know. It was weird. I didn't know why Jordan thought that maybe Nina would be on her team. I don't know. Because Corey and Nina were a lot closer.
I mean, maybe it's because she was hoping in desperation that like, nobody was coming out for her team. So she's just like,
Nina,
so maybe?
Orange, you know. She just probably likes the color.
Right.
And then we have, the eliminated contestants coming out from Marvin, which first is Phil, Dawn, Jeremy, and of course we had no doubt in our minds that you were going to be Team Marvin. So now
that was a tough decision for me though. Like I didn't know who to pick when they first asked me. I was just like, honestly, I don't know who to pick.
Do we want to have Marvin hear that?
I don't know. I don't know what Marvin would think about that. I didn't tell him that yet.
I could tell you, he's been in the studio a couple of times, and he's definitely Team Renee. He would, he would not let us say anything about you.
Marne all the way, Marne.
Oh my gosh, Marvin's calling me right now. I'm gonna merge his call right now. Okay.
Oh, you should.
Wow.
We want to have him on the line. Let's do that.
This is funny.
Hold on 1 second.
Hello?
You guys stay tuned. Oh my
Hi,
gosh.
Marvin.
Hey, Emma, what's up? I heard you guys are talking to Renee. I needed to make sure she's not saying nothing that's going to hurt my feelings.
Damn it, you just spoiled the whole fun we were having over here.
Yeah, what were you guys just talking about?
She was saying how amazing you are and that she's been Team Marvin all the way. You know, we've been trying to convince her here to switch sides, but it seems like, nope, she's Team Marvin all the way.
Oh, nice, good. That's
That's what I said.
So, we're talking about the eliminated contestants coming out, and what was really interesting is everyone came out for your team, which, all the contestants that came out, I could have forecasted who it was going to be, and for Corey as well. But for Jordan, it was really interesting that no one came out for her except Chris. How did that feel for everyone? Because we've had, altercations with Chris, and people feel like he's been fake and he's not really himself. And to choose Jordan was really interesting because the last episode we got to see, Jordan wasn't a fan of him.
Yeah, no one was.
Did you guys discuss this backstage?
Especially me and Corey, we were happy that he wasn't on our team because we didn't want him. We didn't want to have no fake supporters. And I think Jordan, we all were laughing because we were all like, man, Jordan was just telling us like, I wish I didn't have no supporters than to have one supporter and it'd be Chris.
Yeah,
And
I think Chris just didn't want to be around people that he knew didn't like him, so he chose the easy way out.
Or do you think it was more of maybe just like a business decision as far as he was concerned? Or maybe it was kind of like,
sure.
Maybe at that point he just felt like, because throughout the season, he obviously has been put on an island. He's like been isolated. He's been in this bubble. So for him, it's kind of like kind of being pragmatic about it. It's like, well, who do I honestly think, at that point, maybe he just feels like he probably looked at it like everybody's going to be Team Marvin and Corey anyway. So
let me get more camera time.
Exactly.
More on me.
Exactly. There might have been.
It was funny that I thought when Chris said that, he was like, "I'll pick Jordan because I know that if I was in her position, no one would choose me." But I think if he was top 3 and Jordan wasn't there, Jordan wouldn't have picked him. He would have no one.
Yeah.
That's true.
I feel bad. But honestly, I think nobody on the show this season is genuinely a bad person. But when you have to deal with someone because you guys don't see a lot. It looks like we fight with him a lot for no reason. But I don't think they haven't actually put the real reasons why we fight with him so much on TV.
Well, my biggest thing is there's 14 contestants. Why is it that 13 all feel the same way about that one person?
Yeah.
We all can be wrong. It has to be that one person.
Yeah.
Everybody feels the same way. Even at the end of it, Nina had made a decision that he wasn't really for her. He wasn't really a true friend. And I've recently spoken to Nina, and she feels the same way that that he's not really honest and true.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. So, Nina lives not too far away from where I'm staying right now in New York, and we talk about it all the time. And we do try to hang out with him and stuff like that, but it's really awkward and it's weird. I do feel bad sometimes, though. Because I don't ever want to have make anyone feel secluded or
Wait, hold on. You say you go on a date with Chris in New York? What is this? I didn't hear this.
Shut up, Marvin.
Marvin, don't even go there.
I know, right? Oh my gosh, I would die.
I'm sorry, I'm Team Marvin, but I'm going to back up Renee on this one. Don't even start to bring that up.
I know, right? Oh my gosh.
Renee and Marvin.
Anybody else on that season? Anybody else?
No one else, just you guys. You guys are fine. Marnay is perfect. We don't need anyone else.
Do you guys feel like that maybe that this was part of his competitive strategy to get, because it's not like he was like one of the first people to.
But, you know, before you guys answer that, I do have to make a comment, and I do have to say that Chris is very smart in the calculated decisions he makes.
That's what made me. That's what made me ask that question, because he seems to be somewhat, you know, he makes calculated decisions and moves, it seems.
But what he doesn't know is some of them backfire on him.
No, definitely.
Even though it's calculated to get airtime,
right?
It's not calculated enough.
With Chris, I think the whole time that he was on the show, it was very calculated, and I think we always told him that too. We always had conversations about why can't you just be yourself? Like, everybody came onto the show expecting to be be a certain way, and everybody just said, okay, forget this, we're going to be ourselves. And we always talked to Chris about it, and he just had it in his head that he has to pretend to be someone so that people will pay attention to him. And it's not like that at all, because I remember the Fashion Week episode when we did the Fashion Week runway. I spent so much time with Chris that day, and he was so cool. Like, he really was a cool person to be around. So I was kind of shocked that, he never dropped his facade.
Was that when the cameras were on or off?
It was weird. It was a weird dynamic because it was a smaller amount of cameras as we were used to, and there were so many different people there and stuff. So it was just like, he didn't have to fake and be something else. So I think that, and he was just focusing on working, the shows and all that kind of stuff. So he didn't really focus on, I have to be Chris, this put together person.
Yeah, I mean, I'm kind of over the whole Chris story. We've brought it up on the show, and we even gave him a chance to come on the show and explain to himself, to get his side of the story, and he just didn't want to be a part of it. So, for me, I'm just over it. If that's the path he wants to choose, he just needs to know and understand that there's always going to be people criticizing him in that industry, specifically in that industry. And if it's not something that he's able to take and to take it as a learning, to learn from it, then he shouldn't be in the industry. He should choose another profession that's less crazy and less, it has less criticism in it.
Well, I do have to say this, that part of the entertainment industry is stretching out whatever you can and whatever exposure you can and whatever branding utensils you can is as long and as rich as you possibly can. And for you to be one of, I don't know how many contestants, you have to think mathematically, what's the probability of me actually winning this competition? I don't know what's going on behind the scenes. I've got other obstacles I have to deal with the other contestants that are here. Who knows what is what? So one thing I can control is isolating myself from the rest of the group and getting this extra airtime. Think about all the extra airtime he has gotten just from people talking about how different he is from everybody else, and the fact that he has not been getting along with the rest of the group. The rest of the group has been the rest of the group, and Chris has been Chris. Yeah, I think he's been branding himself.
It's so true, and a lot of the times we'd be like, okay, I think we did care about Chris. We did really put in an effort into him because we did want him to be himself and be a part of the group. I don't think he expected us to just at the end just be like, we're so over this. We tried.
Right.
We tried to be friends with him. We tried to, include him, but it's not up to just us. It's up to him too to be, to let go of your situation. Honestly, I can relate to Chris on a lot of stuff that he's been through, but that's not build a bridge and get over it, because honestly, people go through shit. Everybody has their own shit to deal with.
Right.
And you're on America's Next Top Model. You're not on, he's always saying, you're not on America's Next Top. I need to go on Oprah.
Well, good luck with that. And, you know, the last thing that I do have to say for Chris, and to close it off with Chris's subject, is that all his calculated decisions were great for reality TV, but that doesn't translate into him being a model.
No,
so, you know,
it's take away from that whole experience.
Yeah, his
Maybe he'll get a
airtime.
reality show after this. Who knows?
Oh my gosh!
Cross your fingers, Marvin.
Depressing show of ever.
And just to close it off with what Marvin just said, you know how many people have gotten a reality show off of being the quote unquote villain from another contest show? It's happened
all the time.
It happens all
I
the
know,
time.
but people say I'm the villain this season.
No, you're not. We disagree with that.
Those are probably girls that want Marvin.
Oh, is that right, Marvin?
Hey, he's got fans now. Don't hate. Leave the boy alone.
Oh, yeah, okay. We'll see about that.
Okay, so let's go into the guest photo shoot. We have each one of the contestants, they're going to shoot a photo shoot for guests, and you guys, the eliminated contestants, are there to cheer them. Do we have the pictures for the photo shoot to bring up?
Yeah.
Say that one more time.
We're going to put up the photos from the guest photo shoot for all of our viewers who are watching us right now to see the photos. So first we have Corey. Corey was really good in his photos. In the beginning, he was struggling a little with masculinity. And Yutsai was giving him tips and telling him how to tilt his head, how to position his body, so he looked masculine and he wasn't so feminine as he sometimes poses.
Right.
Yeah.
How did you guys think Corey
I think that
did?
was crazy. I think we're on America's Next Top Model. We all have such different looks, and it would have been so great to have guests embrace Corey for who he was. That would have been really good TV for a company as renowned as Guest to have an androgynistic man like Corey be himself. I think that would have been the best thing to do for them. But honestly, I think Corey rocked the hell out of that shoot, though. I think he did what he was supposed to do.
I agree.
What was that?
I think he rocked that picture.
Marvin, don't hate.
I think that Corey did a good job on it as well.
You were wearing Boost Blue on the team when I saw the episode.
Shut up, Marvin.
Okay, let's go into the next photo. We have Marvin. Marvin, why don't you tell us your own experience? Because we could all say, you know, what we saw on TV, but we want to hear from you. You seemed a little bit scared and nervous to go into the photo shoot, but as soon as you got a little bit, you had cheering from your squad, it pumped you up. And of course, seeing Renee in the background, who put a smile on your face, which was what the photographer wanted, that was a wrap. So tell us your experience.
Yeah. He definitely knew what to use in terms of motivation. So, but yeah, it was definitely scary because Utah has a reputation. You know, he's shot really great models in his career, and you don't want to there's a lot of pressure with shooting with great photographers. They're easily frustrated if they're not getting what they want because they only deal with superstars and not amateurs. So for me, I thought I was kind of taking longer than usual to get the shot. And I guess he was getting frustrated too. So I'm glad that Renee was there to, make me less uncomfortable. And then we were able to get some shots in there. But I was just curious because he told me to smile more, but then Tyra during the judging said that I shouldn't have smiled. So it's kind of weird that you don't know who to listen to, the photographer or what you ultimately think you should do.
Did you?
Yeah.
Did you?
You're an amateur. I think you're a professional by now.
Marvin, did you have a did you have any difficulty getting out of your own head because you did used to work for guests? Like was it hard for you to what is it like playing? Were you playing tricks on yourself, mind tricks on yourself? Because it's something that obviously working for them is okay, so there's a brand that you actually were employed by and you worked there. And it was, pumped and programmed into you, and now you're actually on the other side of it for the same company, which is huge. Did that have any psychological or emotional effects as far as you like, oh my gosh, I get to do this for the company I used to work for?
I just thought that, I think kind of, in a way, it just kind of made me, it was like surreal to shoot for guests. So it's like, I used to work there, I used to see all the pictures, and I don't think I look like a lot of the guest guys. And I think Jordan looks like more of a guest girl, and I mean, I could do guests, but I never thought of myself as like sexy or anything like that. I mean, only until Renee started putting interest in me, I thought I was sexy. But then, I mean, I didn't think I was like the guest kind of brand. So I think that was kind of rough on me.
But I think all the brands are trying to branch out to a different market right now because what they're used to, with their market may not be working. So it's good to have a diverse and universal look to all of your campaigns.
I've seen a bunch of guest models that look like Marvin, though, and I think you're in the same caliber. What y'all think?
I think he definitely looks like a guest model, and everyone has a different interpretation of what a guest model looks for them. And I think it also varies from one state to another, and even from one country to another. It might not be the same model or the same type of model outside of the U.S. that it is in the U.S. So it could be very diverse.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, that's a good point.
Yeah, girls like Marvin, so why not?
They do like me. I'm not starving no more.
He said starving no more.
Apparently.
The table's half turned.
I'm so embarrassed.
We have another picture of Corey. Can we fast forward to Jordan's picture? Okay, so we have Jordan's picture right now up, and she's wearing the Daisy Duke shorts and with her left knee leg up. What did you guys think about Jordan?
I mean, I think she did a really good job for that photo shoot. I mean, I'm not going to be biased or anything like that. I did think she did a really good job, but I don't think she had the best photo that day. I think it was definitely Marvin. And I'm not just saying that because I kind of like him.
All
right.
I have to agree with you.
I thought my cheekbones were really good.
They're always perfect. What are you talking about?
Oh, God.
That was really good for that picture.
I thought Jordan's picture was very simple. It was a little bit boring for me. And I don't know why, but she didn't convey the guest model that I would have liked and I had expected her to look like.
Yeah, I think the same. I think she can do a lot better. I definitely think she has the potential to do a lot better. I don't know what it was. Maybe it was just the stress that only one person picked her on the team, or, it's a huge photo shoot. You're in the final three, but I did expect more from her, and I know Jordan can do an amazing photo. I expected Jordan to have the best photo.
She
but
can.
I definitely think Marvin killed that. So did Corey. Corey killed it too.
Yeah, I'm tied between Corey and Marvin. I like, love the both of them, and you guys both did an amazing job. Jordan didn't stand out for me, but we'll have to see what the fans thought. And as we've seen and know, the fans play a big part of the decision making in this season.
She's the only girl, so that she has that going for her right now.
As a photographer, I'm going to say something about this photo.
Yeah, go ahead, Steven.
Look at the composition. The problem with this photo is you'll look at it for 30 seconds without even seeing her face because of that doorknob. Your eyes are drawn to that big black doorknob, and you don't even you see her torso on the doorknob. You don't look at her face at all. You can barely even tell it's there.
Interesting.
I think that's hard for Jordan, though, because Jordan's personality is so, it's not as big as all of our personalities, and it was kind of hard for her to show through in those pictures. I think she would have let Yusai display her personality a little bit more. When you take a picture, you say something with your face.
Mm-hmm.
I think she would have did that just a little bit more. Maybe that picture would have been a little bit better. The doorknob wouldn't have outshined her.
As Tyra says, smile with your eyes, right?
She said the doorknob wouldn't have outshined her.
That makes me laugh.
OMG. That's a quote. That's gonna go on Twitter.
No.
I'm gonna tweet that. That's hilarious. Renee, you're funny.
but she didn't have the fierce face like we've seen her bring it to the rest of her pictures. It was very blah. Like, I didn't see anything in her picture. And we saw, you know, Johnny fighting with the photographer to put a box under her her foot because she couldn't keep it up. And we saw that whole controversy between the photographer and Johnny, and the photographer didn't think she needed any help because she needs to learn how to be a, you know, a model and work in the very pressure, you know, setting that goes on in being a model. So I really liked this photographer. I thought he was very opinionated. He knew what he wanted. He was giving direction, working with the rest of the photographers. What do you guys think about him?
Oh my gosh, I love him. He was my favorite photographer the whole season. What about you, Marvin?
I thought he was a little eccentric. I thought he was very out there.
Yeah.
Welcome to Hollywood.
Like, he definitely took you to where he wanted you to be. And I like that he chose the photo, and he said that he chooses it because it's his work, because he's a high celebrity photographer, and with the past, you don't know who picks it, but your best photo, if it's producers, if it's Tyra. But with him, he let us know that he picks the best photo.
He did.
Right? It's in his contract that he picks what photo he wants to display. So I knew with working with him going in that there wasn't going to be a fluke, that the best photo was going to be the best photo for all three of us.
And I definitely like that because we've talked about the photos and who chooses them and how they've been chosen, because we believe that some of the photos that were chosen weren't the best ones as they say were the best ones. So it's definitely good to have an insight into that, to know that the photographer was the one that chose the photo for you guys.
Yeah, well, that was just at one time, though.
Yes.
Yeah, because he's a name, so he said that he doesn't let other people pick his photo. He has the final say. He has final cut.
Well, for the final three, that made a big difference, knowing that a professional is choosing your photo and it's not manipulated.
Yeah. No, he could see he knows what he's doing, because I think he got what he wanted from Marvin and Corey, even Jordan. But I think the pictures came out really good. Like, I would be proud to use those pictures anywhere.
Yeah. So let's move on to you know, when the contestants go into the house, Corey, Jordan, and Marvin call their family to speak with them, and we saw, you know, some emotional moments with you guys speaking with your family. And, you know, of course, Marvin is emotional, and we all, you know.
I wouldn't say I was emotional. I don't think anyone would call it emotional.
You were crying.
It's a good thing. No, I was
chopping onions.
Marvin, just take the good criticism. It's a good thing. You know, it's good to know you have your roots and you know where you come from, and you don't lose your head in the Hollywood scene. So you're appreciative of who brought you in and where you come from. So we definitely like that.
Yeah.
So
it's refreshing to have people that care about people. At least you know that Marvin has a heart, you know, which isn't bad.
Right.
Yes.
I can cry all you want. Just, you know, I might laugh a little bit, but it's okay.
He always laughs.
And then we move on to the contest. You guys were shooting a fashion feature for Nylon Spread, which was revolving around abuse. And Marvin, you were the good guy that got the girl who was having an abusive relationship with her boyfriend, which was Corey.
Yeah. Did you guys see him kiss her?
Yeah.
Yes.
That was interesting.
Thaddeus, what did you say as soon as you saw that?
As soon as I saw them kiss?
Corey, well, what did Corey do as soon as he kissed Jordan?
Oh, Corey, like, wiped his mouth, and he was like, ugh. And he was like, oh. And I was like, wow. And then Jordan was, like, smiling from ear to ear. She was like, I loved it. And then Corey on the other side, they, like, cut camera. They're like, go to Corey's, like, oh, that was the worst experience ever. He said, I hated it. That was gross.
Corey was so funny after that. He's like, Renee, they made me kiss her. I was like, oh my God. She's not an ugly girl. She's gorgeous. Like, Corey was just like, yuck.
That was so funny. He was like on set, like next to her, like wiping his mouth, like, ew.
And Marvin, Thaddeus has an advice for you of where you might want to take your career aside from modeling. I think he
has a good look for camera, for acting.
I think so too.
You really, you know what's really funny? Like when you were doing that scene with Jordan, and there were the criticism, or Jordan said something about you not using something for the role, but in actuality, you were doing exactly what a lot of actors do.
Well, Jordan was saying that Marvin was a little distracted because of the relationship he had with Renee,
Right.
And you brought up the point that he was using their relationship to get into the character.
Right, and then as soon as I said that, they actually cut to Marvin saying, "I just imagined it was Renee." And I was like, "See, exactly,"
basically.
and that's what happens. A lot of actors do that.
Body, oh my god.
Right. A lot of actors, they pull from personal, experience and personal life drama in order to get in the character.
Like,
he did a great job.
Really good. A little too good. Right, Marvin?
I thought I did okay. I know, seriously though, I remember they were asking me like to act like whatever, but it's easy Renee's literally right there, so I just pretend that she was right in front of me, because we not role play, but it's just I'll be over romantic sometimes, just kind of fooling around, but it was easy to get into character. But I was messing, I would first pretend I'm in love with her, and then we'll cut, and I'll just tease her as much as I can, and then go right back into character, and it was just so funny to go back and forth.
They were off her game.
It translated well on camera, though. You did a really good job. I was impressed.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah, we might have to put you. We might have to put you in some shorts or some features or TV show or something. See how it works out.
Hey, seriously. you. In the next season.
You know what I mean?
So after you guys wrap that up, you guys meet with Johnny and the eliminated contestants as well. And he before that, after that, he lets you guys know that for the runway, for the catwalk, whoever wins the runway, the catwalk, each one of the eliminated contestants who are on the team of the final three will win $1,000 individually. So he's going through the teams and trying to stir up some drama to see who's willing to change teams. And from all of the members on each one of the team, Mike is the only one that switches to Team Jordan. Did you?
I was so surprised. I thought Clea, of all people, would switch.
Yeah, me too.
On my team, I thought maybe Phil. And then on Corey's team, I thought, either Clea or one of the other girls, maybe. But I think it's because the girls didn't want to switch, because all season they didn't like her. So for them to switch is condescending. We don't like you, but we know you're going to win, so we're going to switch. But
got it. We didn't see a lot of Phil in this episode. The only scene we did get to see of Phil in the dressing room when you guys are getting ready for hair and makeup. Phil is sleeping on the chair.
Yeah, he actually wasn't feeling well that whole time.
I think he got sick. He got bally belly.
Oh.
Yeah, it's bally belly.
Bally belly?
And
you drink water when you're in Indonesia and you're not from there, and you get so sick, food poisoning sick. That's why Phil wasn't himself.
Okay.
Yeah, that's why they had us drink separate water.
Oh wow.
Goodness.
Yeah. It was really intense.
Yeah, he was out of it.
Blue.
Yeah, he was out of
It was
it.
the first time Phil was just sitting down.
Maybe that's the cure he needs.
Oh, don't say that. I love Phil.
We love Phil.
He's so rambunctious.
You really have to get to know Phil, because in the beginning I was kind of afraid of Phil. But you get to know him, and he's such a great person. Phil, he's full of life. I hang out with him the other day.
I would love to go party with him.
He just got signed to AIM.
I would so love to go to the club with him one night and get some bottles.
He doesn't like going out to the club.
He doesn't? Oh,
No.
no, but see, his personality.
He's more into nature walks and hiking,
photography.
And that type of stuff.
Yeah, but he's so grounded and down to earth and doesn't give a you know what. He's exactly the kind of person that would just turn that kind of scene upside down. It would be really funny.
He doesn't smoke. He doesn't do any of that stuff. I really like that about him.
I love the mid-season highlights when he was just bouncing off the walls in the house.
Yeah. We were walking down the street the other day, and he's jumping over trash cans and knocking over people with the bikes by mistake. It was great.
That's funny.
We definitely have to have him pay us a visit when he's in town.
Yeah, no, Phil's really cool.
And then finally we move on to the judging, which you guys were not expecting at all that the judges were going to come into the dressing room. You guys are getting ready for the runway. You have your team. You're putting hair and makeup, and everyone is dressed. 20 minutes before the actual runway, Tyra comes into the room, followed by the judges, to start talking to you guys and critiquing you on the pictures and to let you know that there's a twist on this episode. And the twist is that one of the contestants will be eliminated before the actual runway. And we have some criticism for Marvin. Kelly lets you know that your picture seems a little bit too soap opera and it's not fashion. Surprisingly, Rob likes your picture, and we've seen a little bit of controversy between you and Rob. Tyra, is in the middle. She doesn't really have an opinion about it, but your social media scores are really good. Moving on to Jordan, Kelly believes that the picture could have been a little bit stronger. And for Corey, Kelly believes that, he's a guy, but not the guy that, needs to be on an editorial. Rob, of course, thinks that he needs to be more masculine, and Tyra thinks that this is a catalog shot and that he's modeling his ass off. What did you guys think about the twist?
I thought it was crazy. I thought it was unfair. Honestly, my own personal opinion. But, that's life.
I thought it was really... I thought it was just so crazy. I thought, because we all were like already, on high, like really high alert because we were about to do our final runway. And then they come out and they say one of us not going to participate. And then they do the elimination in front of everybody. Like, it's so embarrassing to get, like, if whoever goes home, it's so embarrassing because everyone's there.
Yeah.
Your team is there, and if you let them down, then it's just so embarrassing, especially right before the runway. That was going through my head. I have everybody behind me, and they're all rooting for me. And if I don't get to participate in this runway, I don't know what to tell them or tell myself.
Wow.
Yeah, I thought it was a little mean. But, stuff like that happens in the industry, I guess.
Do you guys have any spoilers for us to wrap up the show?
Keep watching. Next episode is going to be crazy.
A quick spoiler, me and Renee are getting engaged next week. I'm proposing. I want everybody to know I'm proposing on AfterBuzz. Renee, Bhagwandeen.
And that's Friday at 9 o'clock.
Next Friday, you guys shall see it.
Thank you guys so much for calling in. It's been amazing chatting with you. Until next time, where can everyone find you, Thaddeus?
You can find me on Instagram and Twitter at Club Thaddeus.
And Renee and Marvin, where can everyone find you?
Renee Big Time on Twitter, on Instagram.
Marvin?
And we're going to Ustream tomorrow. There's going to be some people there you might want to see. At 7 o'clock tomorrow, Eastern Time.
Woohoo. Marvin,
awesome.
Where can everyone find you?
You can find me at Marvin Cortes 1 on Instagram and Twitter.
And you guys can find me on Instagram and Twitter at RealEmmaK. Don't forget to shop on to EmmaK'sCloset.com. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Until next time.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.